We are rolling here at UCLA in Los Angeles. It's a lovely day, as it usually is. And we're about to hear from Jared, who will share with us his experiment in communicating respect for 48 hours. He's managing attention, communicating respect non-verbally to his audience, finding friendly eyes near the front and the center. Say your name, feel the love, spark your speech.
Hi, I'm Jared.
Hi, Jared.
So I want to start with an embarrassing story. 7th grade, PE class, in the bathroom, at the urinal. I'm taking a tinkle, doing my thing, and all of a sudden these two guys come up behind me, and they push me. And so in order so that I don't fall into the urinal, I put my hands up, brace myself against the wall. But in doing so, my waistband flips up, and pee just starts shooting everywhere. It gets all over my clothes, all over my pants. I have to go through the whole day just soaked in pee. I was angry, I was salty, and not just my pants. But anyway, what I really want to talk about today is respect. And the idea of seeing the worth in somebody and communicating that they're valuable. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to share 3 stories, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I want 48 hours, and every time I went past somebody, I would just remind myself in my head and say, I respect you. And so after my 3 stories, I'll kind of wrap up, tell you guys what I learned, and maybe something that you guys can take away from it. And so my first story, the good one. Right after comm class, I went to the UCLA bookstore, I got some of my books, went to the cashier, and so I'm repeating in my head, I respect you. I noticed that she's a little frazzled, a little red in the face, and so I just asked, how are you doing? And she replies, I'm the only one working the cash register, I have to run all over the place. And so, I just get to encourage her, It's almost the end of the day, you can do it, just push through it. And she thanks me with a smile. And so I get to leave the bookstore with the good feeling of knowing I put a smile on somebody's face. And so that was good. But it's not always good when we're communicating this or during the experiment. My bad story, I was on the bus. I was going back to my apartment, and I noticed most of the seats are taken up, but there's one right next to me that's open. There's a lady who's standing there, a bunch of grocery bags, so, I'm thinking to myself, I respect you. So I just kind of step to the side, I motion for her to sit down. We make eye contact, and she rolls her eyes at me and stays put. And so it not only hurt because she didn't, take my offer, but she added kind of a mockery to it. And obviously that didn't feel good. And I wish that I could tell you guys another good story, but here's my ugly one. I'm in Ackerman. I need to go to the bathroom again. So I'm going. Normally when I do my thing, I just go to the urinal. I don't make eye contact with people because it's weird. But I was like, all right, for the sake of this experiment, I'm going to connect with somebody. I'm going to show them that I respect them somehow. So I get up to my urinal. I don't know if well, girls have never really been there. But for the guys, there's no divider. And the toilets jut out quite a bit, so you gotta stand a little bit backwards. And so I noticed there's a guy that's kind of standing next to me, a little farther down, thinking to myself, I respect you. So I turn, I look at him, say in my head, I respect you. He must have seen me in the corner of his eye, because he kind of whips his head around, glares at me, and says, what the bleep are you looking at? And I'm thinking, oh my God. I'm just trying to communicate respect. But anyway, I get freaked out because he's yelling at me. I don't know what he's going to do. Mentally, I just transport back to 7th grade. The story that I told you about. Because I'm like, this guy might push me into the urinal. I might, brace myself. Pee goes everywhere. I'm walking down Bruin Walk, soaked in pee, and I'm just reliving it in my head. It's like a little anxiety attack. People in the bathroom are probably just asking, like, hey, why is this guy freaking out? But anyway, that was an ugly story. It was not comfortable at all. So those are my 3 stories. Now, what did I learn from it? Number 1, you have to know your context when you're trying to communicate respect. for the first and third story, I think those are good examples. The first one, you know, in that context, she's not used to, the cashier wasn't used to having people just ask her, how are you doing? And so in that was good. Third one, in the bathroom, right? For guys, the respectful thing is you don't look at other people. It's a very vulnerable time when you're peeing. And so in that sense, I should have known better. But the second thing I learned is that, you know, it really comes down to your intentions. I think that really shows in the second story on the bus. I really wanted that lady to be able to relax, to not have to carry anything. And so even though she rejected it, you know, I was able to still feel good because I knew that in my heart I wanted her to be able to relax. And so hopefully for you guys, something to take away. Don't be the guys that push people into urinals. And be respectful. Show someone else that they're worth something. Put a smile on someone else's face. Thank you.
Thank you. 446.
Okay. I thought it was...
Name?
Oh, Grayson.
Hi, Grayson.
I thought your intro was really funny, and it definitely got everybody's attention. So I thought that was a good story.
Thank you, Grayson.
I'm Rita.
Hi, Rita.
I think you kind of like went into the story, like the first part, the embarrassing. It was just like there was no real like. I didn't know like why you were saying that because I was like, oh, like how is this gonna connect? But like at the end it did. So.
Well, it was a grabber, Rita. It got our attention. It got us interested. You want to have a transition, Jared, to moving into your thesis preview. And so this experience in 6th grade leads me to an experiment I did recently, which I'm going to share with you today. And I'm going to tell you about the good, the bad, the ugly. So make it a little smoother. Your first story of the good worked well, and I told you it would when you break through that human contact and give people respect. They love it. On the second story, you should have known better than to, look at other men in the urinal. You know, that's a romper room no-no, and you know there's a lot of homophobia and other kinds of weird things going on in bathrooms, and so. And by the way, other people have had similar experiences when they stared too long at people, when they walked around like, I respect you, or even say it. And we don't want to do that either. On your, what I learned, I think that, I think two things I want to say. One is I think your summing up was good. One thing I want to say is the context is right, but remember, meaning is in the receiver, and so you may be full of good intentions, but the lady on the bus, she received it differently. There's nothing you can do about that except if your heart is pure and you're genuinely giving respect, all you can do is just shrug and move on and continue to give respect. But you did the experiment correctly. Thank you. Okay, next. These are extras. Why am I getting these? I don't know why. Okay. Let me focus. Okay. Angela's managing attention, communicating respect. He's texting or something. Flying friendly eyes near the front and the center. Say your name. I don't know what is she doing with the hat on. She's not looking up. Say your name. Feel the love. Yeah, see, when you see someone like that, clear your voice. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Angela.
Hi, Angela.
I want to say sorry first because English is my second language, so it may be a little hard for you to listen my story. And today I have a question first for you. When you give something, you always want to get something back, right? For we pay money and we want to get shirts or pants. Don't say no to me. If so, please loan me some money and I won't give it back to you. And today, I talk about what will you get if you give respect to others non-verbally. I will share 3 stories to you. The first is the good one, the bad one, and the ugly one. And the good one is I get many smiles from the experience. One day I met a girl on the road and I want to show my respect to her, so I look at her eyes and smile and say I respect you in my heart, and then I hand it down to the ground, in fact, because I'm a little shy to do this the first time. And when I just hand it down, I noticed that she gives me back a smile. So to be polite, I had it up again and saw her to give her a bigger smile. But maybe she thought that I had it down, so she had it down too. So I think that maybe she didn't saw my second smile, and I had it down again. But when I had it down again, I noticed that she had it up and gave me a smile again. So we experienced this. I had it up and I had it up and she had it down, and I had it down, she had it up, and for several times, and then we just passed by each other. But I thought she was really a nice girl, so I looked back to her, and surprisingly, she was also looking back to me. So we laughed at each other and then go separately. And I thought it's really a good experience for me that day, and it made me in a good mood all day. That was the good thing. And the bad thing is that day I met a lady and I want to show my respect to her, and I think so. Maybe I look at her eyes for a little long time, but she thought I thought she was not really happy about this. Maybe she thought it's impolite to stare at her, so she turned back not to see me. And I feel a little frustrated about this, but it's not really bad because I could understand what she thought. And then the ugly thing, it also happens on the road, because the road from classroom to the river hall is really long, so this all happens on the road. And it was between a boy and I. And so the story you might be familiar with. I saw that boy, so I want to show my respect to her, so I smiled to her and saw his eyes. And it was really a nice day that day, so I blinked twice. And so I think it might be that. So there is a strange experience on his face. I can know that he must be thinking that I had a crush on him, or I want him, like that. So, and I also think he was mocking at me because I show this in such a apparent way. And I don't like the feeling, so after that, I did not really like to show respect to boys. And yeah, that's the stories, and I learned 2 points from this. The first is give and get back. I think I give the smiles and respect to others, and they give them back. It's a process of give and get, and when you give respect, you will get it. So I think it's really a nice experience for me. And the second I learned is that communicate non-verbally is really a magic thing, because before I don't show this, that doesn't mean I don't respect them, but because I don't show it, they don't know it. So if we keep on showing our respect from now on, maybe we can get more.
Thank you. 413.
I'm Alicia.
Hi, Alicia.
I really liked your intro and how you started with a little bit of humor, and then the way you transitioned into your story, and then at the very end you also tied it back to the giving
Hi, I'm Christiana.
Hi, Christiana.
I also really like your speech. The one thing I would give you advice is maybe look more around the room, just because I felt like I was a little disconnected from you. But other than that, I thought it was really good.
Good, thank you. Angela, let me give you some
Yes.
feedback. Let me get you on the screen. Remember not to wear white. We have a white background, so you fade in with the back, okay? So don't wear white to class. Never apologize before you start a speech. It lowers your audience expectation. Don't say my English is bad. Your English is not bad. We understood you perfectly. You were fine. Just, pronunciate and you'll be fine. Like the humor, like the cute thing, lend me money, that was good. I like the up and down, up and down, up and down with the girl. That was a well-told story, and it made your day, and it was in the spirit of the experiment, and I like that. The lady, you learned you can't stop somebody. You can't stare too long, and that's not what the experiment was. You can't, walk around like that. You just quickly, I respect you, and move on, right? Give off a respectful vibration to everybody you meet. On the ugly story, yes, we've already discussed men are dogs, and they misinterpret the kindness of a smile, and they think, oh, she wants me, and that's bad. And I think that's something that men and women have to deal with every day. And I hope you don't stop smiling to everybody just because you had one bad experience, right? On your lessons, you have to give to get back, and nonverbal is magic. Yes, I think those were 2 good lessons. Like to see you move 3 times. So when you watch yourself tonight on YouTube, you're going to see that you're a little stiff there, and it would work. You could walk over and work that side of the room a little bit and stare over there so she wouldn't feel left out. Glance over there, work this side of the room, stare at Amanda for a minute, okay? Then come back to center, and that will... Then you remember the analogy, the metaphor is they're all your children and they need equal love. Okay? You did a nice job. Thank you. Oh, you want to be next?
That's fine. You can go.
But he pushes forward. Okay. Thank you. You can be next.
Okay.
Oh, you're tall. Okay. No, don't get against the wall. No, that's bad. Okay, we're rolling.
Alright, everyone, I'm Kent.
Hi, Kent.
Like all of you, I conducted this experiment where I tried to convey my nonverbal respect to everyone I met, and it went pretty well. So, as a quick background, I work as a cashier at the health science store, so I figured that would be like a great place, great setting to conduct this experiment and get some interactions with customers and use that to give you guys my speech and do my report. So I'm going to give you 3 stories, of course, like everyone else, the good, bad, and ugly. And it's just going to be, my quick experiences with some people. So first was the good. I had a lot of good interactions, tried every day, each person that came and checked out to show them my respect in a multitude of ways, eye contact, smiling, all that, wishing them a good day. And one lady, she totally beat me to the punch. She was smiling at me immediately, asked me how I was doing. And then right before she left, she turns to me and my coworker and said, and wishes us a great day. And this stood out to me for two reasons. The first being that she said a great day, and normally you only hear people just respond real quickly, like, have a good day, oh, like, you too, and they walk out. So she really came out at us with have a great day, and that alone was good in itself. But then also she included my coworker in it, which normally never happens. She made a point to turn and include both of us. So that was a really good experience that I had. And then now on to my two not so good experiences. So my bad experience was one lady who was on the phone, which is fine. She was probably busy, like seemed like an important phone call, so I didn't hold that against her. But I just tried really hard to like give her eye contact and like speak like quietly, like tell her her total, because like she was clearly in the middle of something. But no matter what I did, she just like would not meet my eyes, like just didn't really seem to care. So that was a little frustrating, but like I understood, like she was busy, that's fine. And then my ugly experience was this one lady who comes in. She comes in all the time, and I know what's gonna happen. I know she's gonna come up and like not look me in the eye. She's gonna have the exact change for her like small coffee that she always gets, and she's just gonna like grunt at me and then like walk out. And, like I've never heard this lady's voice. Like I have no idea what it sounds like. So she comes out, and I'm like here we go. Like 76 cents. Like yep, okay, here we go. Like just really try to like smile and like look at her like hey, like and like same thing happened. You know, she just go. And walked out. So that was my ugly experience. It was a little frustrating because, you know, I really tried extra hard that day to get her attention, but once again it failed. So overall, what did I learn from this? I learned that on a daily basis, giving respect is very important, and the more you do it, and the more that you have these good interactions on a more and more common basis, it just like is more motivation to keep on giving out respect. And you just got to ignore the ugly and the bad when it comes, because it's not too often. So, yeah, thanks.
Thank you. P17. Yes, please.
I love you. I love your speech.
What's your name?
Hello, I'm Linda. I'm sorry.
Hi, Linda.
I love the speech because you have so many movements that I don't have the icon.
Right. A lot of movement, no eye contact, interestingly enough, when you talk about it a lot. Improvement.
Hello. I think.
Start with your name, please.
I'm Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
And I think your first two stories, you can tell the two stories with more passion, especially the good one.
Okay. Ken. Let's start with the big thing. Eye contact. I'm looking for 3 to 5 seconds. I'm looking for it to be all around the room. Over there, to the back. You were looking up, looking down a lot. I want you to practice it right now. Start with your morning. Tell us how it went. I'm going to clap when it's 3. When it's been 5 seconds, you can move on to the next person. Start with Mickey, and then work your way around, okay? Begin. And if you blink, I start the timer over. And no hands in the pocket.
Slept in a bit, didn't have anything to do this morning. Woke up, made myself and my roommate fried eggs, and ate. Played a little GameCube, you know. Had a pretty casual morning. I don't know what else you guys want to hear about, but yeah, I basically sat on my couch until about.
You open your eyes wider.
Now I can't hear.
To read it now, read it.
I'm getting a little confused.
Right here. Okay, right here. Now right here.
I'm doing, you know, just, yeah.
Keep talking.
What GameCube?
Well, I only play Super Smash Bros. Exclusively, so.
Melee?
Yeah, Melee, of course. Yeah. It's best. Marth's my favorite.
Okay, you feel the difference in the length of time
Yeah.
that you made eye contact. I don't know how to classify your intro, Kent, but I'm looking for a poem, a quote, a story, or a joke to grab people's attention. Someone pushing you into the urinal, that was a pretty good story that grabbed everyone and got everyone's attention, you see. I don't know, you said I'm going to tell you about a story. I work in a store. It wasn't really much of a grabber to start out your speech. More of an I'll tell you about the good, the bad, the ugly. Make with your voice the narrative really stand out so we can follow you, okay? I agree. Need a little bit more detail on the good, a little more passion. Keep your hands out of your pocket. The passion with the good. It was really good. the bad, and the ugly. I don't know if it's an old lady or a young lady, but she never looks like you were trying to bend down. That was pretty cute, trying to get her eye contact, and she wouldn't give it to you. I like that. That was good. And again, on your what I learned, what I want to say is what I hope you're repeating the mantra repeatedly, you know, as you're working and staring at people and looking at people. I respect you, I respect you. So you give off a respectful vibration, and so that maybe someday in the future, the a little old lady or the little old young lady, or whatever she is, will finally look at you in the eyes and acknowledge your presence. You know, there are some people that are really afraid to look people in the eye, you know, but for job interviews and everything else, it's really crucial. So, anyway, you did a good job. Thank you. Okay. Time to hear from Tiffany. Tiffany stands before you. They're talking, managing attention, communicating respect, finding friendly eyes near the front and the center. Say your name, feel the love, start your speech.
Hi, I'm Tiffany.
Hi, Tiffany.
To whom should we show our respect? Before I came to Los Angeles, my first journey to America, I thought we should show our respect to the elder people, including our parents, teachers, and so on. In Chinese tradition, we were told to do so since we were little children. It is regarded as good virtue. I didn't realize that we actually paid little attention to showing respect to the people around us, just like our classmates or even strangers, until I came here. I'd like to share 3 of my stories with you. 2 of them are good and another one is bad. My first story is about respect and friendship. I was washing the clothes in the restroom when an Italian girl came in. I thought it was my roommate because I just left the door one step ahead of her, and I said hello warmly. Guess what? A nice conversation began. She asked me the way to the supermarket, and I tried my best to explain it to her. We also introduced ourselves, including our name and the homeland. Some Chinese people are often so shy that they are not good at expressing themselves. They would like to hide their emotions and don't intend to talk with strangers. But sometimes a small act of respect may bring you a friendship or even a big surprise. My second story is just about the respect and the surprise. I was late for a class. In order not to bother other students, I sat in the back of the classroom and smiled apologetically at the man sitting next to me. Soon after, I found that it's hard for me to follow the teacher, and everyone except me had a copy of learning materials. I looked around, don't know what to do, when the man stood up suddenly and walked through the whole classroom to the front. A few seconds later, he came back with a copy of handouts and gave it to me. I was really surprised at that time and thanked him so much. I had never thought that a stranger would be so nice to help me out. And sometimes maybe your respect would be responded far more sincerely than you ever imagined. My third story is about respect and embarrassment, which indicates the importance of showing respect in proper ways. My friend and I were standing in the lobby when she told me about her homesickness. So I hugged her to encourage her. And then I heard the applause and the cheers coming from 2 men right behind us, just like, whoa! Almost immediately then I know we were misunderstood. it really made me feel embarrassed at that time because the hug between girls, I think it's quite common in China. It's a manner of support. So I felt that I was not respected by these two men, which really upset me. What I learned most in this experiment is that respect is mutual. Everyone deserves respect. Most people here would respond friendly to those acts of respect. However, in China, most people seldom look into others' eyes when they are talking, not to mention the expression of respect by eye contact. But things are different here in America. Saying thank you is the most common way of showing respect to others here. It appears so frequently in Americans' daily conversations that it makes me realize the difference between two countries when people associate with others. Both smiles and greetings can melt the ice between people, and I found that in this experiment, when I tried to show my respect to everyone I met, tried to smile at every passerby, I myself was the one who enjoyed the process most. Thank you.
Thank you. 4:35. Let's go here.
Hi, I'm Matt.
Hi, Matt.
I like how you tied it back to China. Like comparison kind of aspects of America.
Good. Improvement.
So as I just
Name?
lesson on, I'm Kent.
Hi, Kent.
As I just got a thorough lesson on, you should try and involve everyone in your eye contact. Instead of making eye contact with a lot of middle people, but not many people on the sides.
All over. Tiffany, liked your speech. I liked your sort of rhetorical question, the way you ask questions about who do we show respect to. And you gave us a preview. It wasn't going to be the good, the bad, and the ugly, but two good and a bad. So that was good. Let's have more of the narrative of. Let me first tell you about the good with your voice, so we follow you more easily. And you were washing your clothes, as we say in Nebraska, and you met a girl, and there was a friendship, and you helped her go to the supermarket, and that was good. And you had a little moral at the end of the story. Notice the moral she had at the end of each of her stories. I like that. It wasn't just she told a story and then moved on to her second story, but you had something to say about what it meant, what the story meant, and I like that. On your second story, the person that came back and gave you the handout shows that there are sensitive, thoughtful people in the world. I don't know if you were saying your mantra, I respect you, but someone was sensitive to the fact that you didn't have it, and that was a good story. On your lobby and hugging your friend, and once again, men are dogs, and equating it with lesbianism or something. Yes. Very sick, very sad, but it's just consistent with what we're seeing. You shouldn't stop doing that. Hugging your friend. It's a very natural thing to do. And I liked the moral you had at the end of the story, which said this is a very natural thing that we do in China to show our respect. I liked your ending, the way you tied it back to China. Like to see you move 3 times and move your hands a little bit more. You did a nice job, Tiffany. Thank you. Okay, yeah. He's managing attention. Oh wait, you're tall. Wow. Whew. I'm gonna crowd you. Sorry. We still can't get you in. Okay. Can you take one step back? There you go. Now you're in the picture. Okay. If they're reading or doing something, texting, clear your voice for them. Managing attention, communicating respect non-verbally, saying to yourself, I respect my audience. Finding friendly eyes near the front and the center. Say your name, feel the love. Start your speech.
Hello, I'm Regan.
Hi, Regan.
I'm from China. I'm an international student. Take the summer session in the UCLA. And as we all know, it is a normal thing to show you respect in our society. But I think our communication will not always be successful. So we have to take the experiment to improve our nonverbal express, and we have to show your respect to others and record their feedbacks. As we all know, the nonverbal express can be a little bit hard for the receiver to get. Yeah. So, but nonverbal express is a very natural way we express our respect to others. Maybe my story a little bit boring, but I have to say, when I show respect to someone, and their feedback can be classified into three kinds: the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah.
First, the good. At the first day, I arrived at the UCLA campus, and I'm new here, maybe the first time, and I have to turn to the dormitory master for some information, but because I don't know the way to the classroom, to the library, and so on. So the dormitory master gave me a lot of information, and I also don't know where my room is. He guided me to my assigned room, and yeah, after that I show my respect to him, and he smiled with the content. I think it can be called a successful communication because I gave my correct purpose to him, and he received it correctly. And the next is bad. One day in my dormitory, my roommate is playing basketball game, not a computer game, 2K15, famous basketball game. And but my computer got a big problem. It crashed. So I have to turn to my roommate and ask for some help. And he back to me and helped me with my computer problems. After that, I have to thanks to him. But when I back to him, I found he's playing computer games again. So I touch him and say, hey, I have something to express to you. And he back to me, say, what do you want to say? I respect you. With a very sincere eye contact. And he stared at me for a while, but he back to his computer games again without saying nothing. I think it's a bad thing because it broke the communication model we built for a very long time, and he maybe think I'm joking on him. So the third one is the ugly. Several months ago, I'm busy on my final exam. My classmate didn't finish his homework, and he wanna copy from me. But I said, maybe I can help you with your homework, but not to let you copy, because I think I should not connive him. But after that, he never discussed with me, even we are in the same study group. So that is all of my stories, and what I draw from my story is that the first one, we have to spare my effort to show you are honest to your receiver, and the second one is you have to avoid respect without any causation. The third one is you have to concentrate on your target, maybe on your receiver's reaction, and change your strategy when necessary. finally, I want to say the communication is an art. Even showing your respect can be a very hard task. So, but I think you could take your communication into evaluation, and after that you will become outstanding in communication. Thank you, that's all.
Thank you. Have you already done it? 4:45. Oh, yeah. 4:45.
Hi, I'm Candice.
Hi, Candace. Yeah, that's what I said, Candace. Candace Bergman.
And I think his speech is well organized, and but it could be more fluent. And I like the story about your roommate.
Yeah. Improvement?
Yeah. Hi, my name is George. And
Hi, George.
I like your speech. I think it's fluent and a little bit interesting. But I think it maybe included a lot of Chinese traditional Chinese culture, because I think it may be quite strange to just touch others' shoulder and say I respect you. And I think maybe all of the people may not get the point. And I think that's my view, and I think it is indeed a perfect one.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Reagan, let me talk to you about your speech really quickly, and then we got to get everyone out of here because we're way over time. Let's start with the fact this was supposed to be non-verbally communicating respect, not verbally. You weren't allowed to say, I respect you, to people. That's weird. And your roommate probably thought you were mocking him or making fun of him. I don't know what your introduction was like, and I'm not sure you understood completely the assignment. You repeat to yourself, I respect you. So when the guy at the front desk, as you called him, the dormitory master, was giving you direction, you say to yourself silently, while you're smiling, I respect you, I respect you. See? And it's the same with, and you don't, and also in America, it's like you don't bother a dog when they're eating, they'll bite you. You don't bother guys when they're playing their video games, they'll bite you. Right? Also, I like the fact that you didn't let your friend copy your homework, but you should have said, I respect you too much to let you copy me. I'd rather help you with it. Overall, remember that it's non-verbally, say the mantra to respect you. And you have a habit when you watch yourself tonight on YouTube, you say a lot. Try to cut that out. Overall, you got the job done. Thank you. Return with honor. If you've done your respect speech, start working on your intro speech. We'll start those as soon as we finish the respect speeches.
So we have our team photos on Wednesday.
Photos?
Yeah.
That's a low priority.
I know, but and then I might be a little late, and then we have our game at 3:30, so I might have to leave a little early.
Have you done your what? Have you done your respect?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
So you just have to do your intro.
Right.
Do you have it ready? Who's your study buddy?
She's my.
Okay, so we'll make sure you go when you're here.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I should give my speech in the next class.
Yes. Okay, good. You're worried, huh?
Because I have prepared it for a long time, and I just want to
keep practicing. You'll be perfect.
So I study buddy.
Who doesn't have a study buddy? Did you email me?
Yeah.
Who doesn't have a study buddy? Okay, introduce yourself. Use the southern part outline. Use the second or third person.
Second or third person of the group?
No, use the second or third person tense. I want to share with you a personal story. What's your name?
Carol?
Carol. I want to share with you because it's really interesting. She's got this. I'll tell you a few stories about her. And then for her name to say, ladies and gentlemen, I give you Carol. Oh, by the way, that's
Okay.
got it? Questions about me?
Ian. Again, as you know, we met.
I don't think
We met from now. I was just going to ask you, do you think it would be beneficial for you and I to set up an appointment tomorrow in your office hours?
I'm not here tomorrow.
Okay, we'll set it up maybe soon to go over, because I wasn't here the first week.
Yeah, we could. You can't come now, right?
I could? Yeah.
Yeah, I come now.
Shouldn't be a problem right now.
Yeah, I think okay.
Yeah.
Where's this other guy?
I'll just stick around in the bathroom and just come right
back. Yeah, okay. So do we bore you, Mickey? You have a question?
Yeah. Next time, if we need to have class here or in the same.
In the regular place.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Goodbye, presenter.
Bye.